Good morning, this is Sheila from mycardstockcreations.com, and today I have a video on my latest project. It's a steampunk inspired junk journal. And before I start talking about the book, I just wanted to mention that I use this Tim Holtz ideology pad. I used a couple pieces of paper in there. I got that at Michael's, I believe. And then I used this I don't even know where it's from, ledger papers, arch textures, I think that's how you say it. And there's a lot of different pages in here. I used a few of those. And then a lot of the images I printed out myself. I found a lot of nice things online. I always go to the computer to look for images that I can use because I don't have a lot of money to run out and buy things as I need them all the time. So anyway, this measures about 5 3/4 by 8 1/2, and it's 1 1/2 spine. I believe, let me see, I think I have 3 signatures in there. I did want to have 4, but when you're building your pages and decorating, it was starting to get chunky, and it is really chunky. So there's 3 signatures in here. As I said, all the pages, a lot of them I printed out myself. And you can just do searches for steampunk ephemera, steampunk images, and you'll find tons that you can download and print. Okay, so the cover here I made with a piece of watercolor paper, sorry. It's a little thicker than cardstock, but not so rigid. It's a little, soft, but not too soft. And I covered it. I had a piece of, what do you call it? Tissue paper, the craft tissue paper that I think someone sent me something in it and I saved it. I have this gold elastic. I found a whole bag of this at a flea market for like 10 cents, so I just grabbed it. On the spine here, I just got a couple of things. This is just a little clock with a key thing on the back. That's one of those bottle cap things. This was a sticker, and it's a little what do you call those? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. My mind is a blank. A compass, and I just glued a piece of paper on the back of it, and I have it just attached with some of this rope. So on the front cover, I'm gonna just take this off. On the front cover, this is a printout, and I have a couple stickers that says travelers and traveling and learning to fly. This is just one of those little clips that you get for your travel journals. I just decided just to put it there. I cut out some gears with black cardstock, and then I went over it with silver and copper ink, and then I added some of the metal gears here. Okay, so now it opens up, and on the cover here I have this little file folder thing, and there's plenty of room to put. There's 2 places to put things. I didn't put anything right now, but there's 2 little pockets there. And then this is a little pocket, and then inside the bigger pocket I have this little journaling thing with some more gears on it. My signatures are, if you're familiar with traveler notebooks, you know they use an elastic system. I did not sew in my signatures to the cover. I actually used the elastic Here's the elastic, and you can take them out. The pages within each signature, I did just got it held together with a piece of string of 2 holes, and I just put this through and tied it. But I did not attach it to the cover, because once I fill this up, if I decide to keep it, I can easily exchange it and put new pages in. So each signature, I didn't even count the pages, has between 8 and 10 pages, I believe. And as I said, I had to like thin it out a little bit because it was getting too bulky. So each one goes in and out just like that. So on the first signature, I have this printed. I printed this cat out, and then I roughed the edges up, and then I just glued some gears there. And this is the back of one of these papers in one of those books. So on the inside, this is a book page that I folded in half, triangle, and then folded it again, and it made 2 pockets. So there's 2 pockets here actually. Let me see. So there's 1 pocket back here, and there's 1 pocket in the front. And I have a picture of Charlie Chaplin playing some music. I like Charlie Chaplin. I think he fits perfect with steampunk. I have a few steampunk stamps, and all my pages are coffee dyed. I always coffee dye my pages, then I go back and I ink the edges. And I use some brown ink and I use some black ink just to make it look good. I do the edges, and then sometimes I do the page itself. So this is the first page, and here's a little tuck spot here with this is a big tag. And then this is one of the pages that I coffee dyed. This paper actually came in a book that I bought a long time ago. It was an old leather journal, and this paper is real old. I love the sound of it, especially when it's coffee dyed. This is a printout. It's a cat. I think someone drew or painted on a piece of paper. That's a printout. I left a lot of space for journaling. Here I just have a little paper clip. I think that's a Tim Holtz. These I printed out and I fussy cut them. And here is a little booklet I made. This is a printout. So this is just like a little mini journal for more journaling. And the way I do my coffee dyeing, all I do is make some coffee, and I buy the cheapest brand and make it as strong as you want, and then I put it in a spray bottle and I spray the front and back. First I spray the front. If I like how it looks, I turn it over and spray the back. And sometimes I go back and do it a second time, and I just do it until I'm satisfied. Here's another stamp. I got this stamp. I can't even remember where I got this stamp, but I forgot I had it, and when I was going through stuff and I found it, and I really like it. This page came from a real old magazine. It's really fragile. This is another stamp, and this is some graph paper. I don't know what kind of paper this is, but it takes the coffee like really well. I love how, and that's just from spraying. I love how it came out. And this is copy paper, I believe. I made another little card with Charlie Chaplin, and I just glued this wish thing on there, and I have one of those light bulb paper clips. Another one of my stamps, a hot air balloon. This is the other side of that paper. This is all the other side. I'm not going to take too much time on it. This is actually that, what do you call that paper? Oh, I'm so bad today. I can't remember. Parchment paper. And here I got a couple more tags. This tag, I glued on a background, and then I glued a gear under this clock, and then I added some clock arms. And then I have a couple more tags here. These I printed out. Oops. So that's one side. This hat here was a printout, and I just added some gears to it, and I put this paper from one of the paper pads for the background. This is a little envelope that I made out of an old page from a book. Actually, I think this was from one of the pages in here. Sorry, one of the pages in here I made a pocket. And I just got a couple little things in there. And I made a little tuck spot to tuck this in there to hold it closed. And then I just got a couple more tags. All these tags and things, most of them came from online. You just got to do a search. Some more hot air balloons. The owl, this time it didn't come out that well, but it's a junk journal, so it's not supposed to look perfect. Here's another magazine page. This I think came from like a Reader's Digest type thing. This is another of that. This is a piece of paper from, you know, you go to like CVS and you buy those paper pads of writing for like, I don't know, a couple dollars. That's what this is. A lot of the same papers I use. This came from a paper pad. It has lines on one side and it's plain on the other. This is just a little envelope I was gifted. And a couple little things inside. I was actually going to paper clip that, but I forgot. I can do that now. Still a lot of pages, areas for writing. This is the other side. Here I used an envelope and put a few tags inside the envelope, and then I attached it to the side of the page. Another side to that magazine page. Up. I put the page in upside down. Oops! Just a sticker here, and then another one of those pockets I made. And just a little tag thing I made. So that's the second one. I printed her out also, and I roughed up the edges. I don't have one of those little round things that rough up the edges. I actually use a steak knife, and I just go along the edges either way. Just be careful, but that's how I rough up my edges. I can't find that edge or anywhere in the store, so I made my own. So anyway, there's her. Here I got a double pocket. I have the bigger pocket and then a smaller pocket, and then I have some tags, and behind here I did a balloon behind there. And this is from a page of a book that I have. And then I put in some tags. All these tags again I got from the internet. I don't think there's any more. If you hear a beep in the background, it's my washing machine letting me know it's done. This sticker came from a sticker pack that I was gifted. This is another page from one of the magazines. I really love that stamp. That's my favorite. Oops, I don't have nothing in this pocket yet. Now I do, but this came from one of the books I bought. Just an old book. Here's another envelope. Another envelope. Some more hot air balloons. I like that stamp too when it comes out right. It's real pretty. Now see, on the edges here, this is all coffee dyed. And then I went ahead and I used some brown ink. I also put some brown ink in the middle, and then I went around again with my black ink and just did around the edges. It just makes it look older. Another little sticker. Some more magazine page. This rolled up a little bit, but that's okay. Here's another pocket I made with a book page. And again, all these tags came from the internet on a free search. I didn't have to pay anything. And there's another hot air balloon page back there. I like the steampunkish balloons, dude. They're nice. Alright, and then here I just glued. I was going to put another pocket here, but because the books are so bulky, I just glued it in and just left it that way. And I was thinking of putting like a pocket or something over here to hold the pen. You know, just like that. But again, I don't know. So, and then that's it. And then this is the back. And this is also a print out that I printed. And I like how the paper took. And I went, after I glued it down, I went over it with Mod Podge. Mod Podge? Yeah, Mod Podge. Alright. And the spine, there's nothing on the spine, but so I hope you enjoyed my steampunk book. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to add them down below. And thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. And you have a wonderful day.